Alright, this is vlog number 5, I think.
Vlog number 5, communication.
Communication.
Yes. We've just been told that we communicate pretty well, and I agree. I think we do.
Yeah, I had a handful of friends on the last one plug sort of commenting that we get along really well and communicate really well.
Yeah.
So I figure it's worth talking about or
Yeah, might as
bringing
well.
up.
Oh.
Maybe.
We'll see though. We'll see if it works out. We're always trying to do better with communication. It doesn't always work out because we're human.
Yeah.
Feelings get hurt and things get misunderstood, but you just try again. I think a big part of it is that we also have the same style of communication.
Yeah.
So neither of us really likes to beat around the bush. I don't know, we just kind of like to be blunt.
Yeah, and I think we both think before we say stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just a gut reaction on things, and if it is just out of tired or hangry or whatever it is, then it's usually
Yeah.
rethink it, and then sorry I snapped at you, sorry I did that, this is why, and it's usually even more communication about it.
That's true. That's especially true for me. I'll start getting sassy about whatever. We just, the little bickers here and there, and all of a sudden he'll be like, "It's okay, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat as soon as we get home. We got, this is cooking, this is what's going on." And I'm like, and then I think about it for 5 minutes, and I usually, as soon as I either see food or or I've had a few bites to eat, and I'm like, "Oh, babe, I'm so sorry. I was so sassy."
It's usually a dangerous game to play though, because if I assume I know why you're mad.
Every once in a while, that's been rare, and then we talk about it, and again, it works itself out. Yeah. But for the most part, it helps too that we like the same things for the most part, and we understand each other's boundaries pretty well and respect each other.
Yeah. I think the whole key is that compromise.
Oh, that's true.
Like we talked about with, getting tattoos, and, I wanted to get my neck done. She was more apprehensive about it, but at the same time, supportive. One of those moments where it's like, I don't necessarily like it, but if you like it that much, then I'm happy with it. And then I got it done, and now she likes it.
Well, I love him. It's a good tattoo. I don't like neck tattoos. I do think that his neck tattoos are good tattoos. I just think that they'd also be good tattoos somewhere else potentially. But I look at him and I see him and I think it, so it's one of those things where it's hard because we respect each other's boundaries, and one of my things for that is money, time, and body stuff are boundaries. I think that are important for everybody to have. So you can only go so far as to state your opinion on something. But the fact is you have to still hopefully be graceful with the fact that that's all it is an opinion. So I can say no till I'm blue in the face, or I can realize this is something he really cares about, and if I really care about it too, it can't just be a hard no. It has to be, we have to try and find a compromise. We care about each other and we respect each other and trust each other, and that's a big part of it.
Yeah, it's all that goes back to that compromise. Most recently it's been with her and sort of decisions about clothing or all that kind of stuff
Baby
that comes
decisions?
with a baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my sort of thought of it was just whatever it is, I don't really have a care in it. But she was more particular on, things we needed. It's you start looking up what you think you need, and of course YouTube and the internet tells you need everything.
Yeah.
Which, I'm like, no, you just need some clothes that you can clean and, diapers. And then of course, she did the sort of research or the looking into it, and that's where my compromise was like, yeah, you lead the way. I'll follow.
I did a lot more research, and so he kind of let me take the reins. And if he does a lot of research on something, then I trust it, and I back off. With the camera gear and with our hobbies and stuff. If he looks into it more and he says we should do it one way and I think we should do it another way, he looked into it. So I'm gonna let him have his go first. And that's what it is too. Is it's like an opportunity to go have your turn first, and that doesn't mean that like that's how it's gonna be. Like with getting stuff, then that is how it's gonna be because you get it.
There's about to be a train, I think.
And we're stuck here.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Let's just do this. No, it's coming.
Either way, I think the whole breakdown of communication is just compromise and
Yeah.
communicate that compromise.
Yeah, and respect each other's wishes too. That's how you get that's how you get to it in the end.
Yes.
Yeah. Just baby girl.
Be open-minded and
Yeah.
grateful somebody wants to be there with you.
Yeah, true, making those decisions with you. So that helps too.
There's a train. I
Yeah.
don't know if you can still hear,
Yeah.
but there's about to be a train.
We're just gonna have to pause on it. There's no
And that's what living on by the railroad track sounds like.
It's super fun.
You get used to it, for real.
Yeah, you do. It doesn't bother us. This is like it bothers us like once a month maybe. All right.
All right, back on track. What?
Back on track. Yeah, we just wanted to also add in like nobody's perfect, so we'll have our days, and I definitely have my days for sure. I'll have had a nightmare or something, and that'll put me in a bad mood, or something else happens outside of the household that puts me in a bad mood, and I'll accidentally take it out on him, and we pretty quickly work through it. We know each other well, so it's obvious when I do something hurtful or something, and then get through it pretty quickly, or I figure it out later and I apologize later. And that's a big thing too, is if you do wrong, you need to be able to
Yeah.
admit it. And
I would say that's a big key, and
Yeah.
even in friends and family and,
Yeah.
and that I've met sort of throughout my life, the ones that can sort of admit a mistake, admit a mistake, or say they're sorry for a situation, those are the ones that last the longest. And it's the
Yeah.
people that really mean it, or that take the time to sort of explain why they're sorry.
Mhm.
Because we both do that, where it's not just like, yeah, cool, sorry, suck it up. It's much
Yeah.
more of a, I didn't think it impacted you that way, or I didn't
Yeah.
mean it that way, so I'm sorry that it came off that way.
Yeah.
It's not I'm sorry you felt that way. It's
Oh,
I'm
that's a
sorry it
big
came
thing
off that
too.
way.
Yeah. What a thing that we do is and this is Kyle's doing from the very beginning of our relationship, is you never go to bed upset or angry.
Yeah.
You always, if somebody knows something's wrong with the other person, you have to make sure you talk it through, even if you end up not going to bed that night. You have to make sure that you are starting fresh the next day.
Yeah, even if it's 4 a.m., you gotta finally go to bed on the work night that you gotta work at 6.
And that's happened a few times.
Gotta
And-
do it.
Yeah, and you're better for it every time.
Yeah, and I think that's also part of the communication side of it, is we get to decompress both together and separately.
Yeah.
Like with the painting, or with even just reading, or taking a bath, stuff. I mean, me work in the garage or playing drums or whatever, and then
Yeah.
that's decompresses for both of us, as well as then we come together, whether it's taking pictures, watching the movies, going fishing, going on hikes together. That's the same thing, where there's no focus, there's no expectation of anything. That leads to better communication, because it's having fun together with somebody, you get more
Yeah.
relaxed, you can communicate better. And I think that's a big part too, not burying it,
Yeah.
not holding on to it, even if you gotta be ugly and yell it out, not on someone's feelings, but just throw it out there and then talk to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other part of it. If you throw something out, then me not getting mad at that,
Yeah.
me being like, okay, this is an opportunity. She's obviously, throwing out the lifeline, and rather than get
Yeah.
mad at it, I should grab it and
And that's how it's happened every time. It really has. But that's happened. We've been together for really close to 5 years now, and that's happened like 3 or 4 times, because we really get it.
yeah, I think that's all.
We get it while it's a safe conversation in a safe time. Like while we're having fun, something comes up and it reminds us, hey, I felt this way a few times this week. Maybe it's becoming a thing and it needs to be talked about.
Yeah, and I think that being able to do that has come from like the groundwork we put in
Yeah.
at the beginning of the relationship, just opening up, talking,
Mhm.
feeling safe with each other and building that
Yeah.
versus trying to learn it 5 years later.
Yeah, you gotta start it out that way. And when you have open communication and you're always talking to each other and always making sure that the other person is doing well and always making sure that you have to make sure that you're, you know, doing your best for the other person. And if you're in a healthy relationship, you know that the other person is doing their best for you too. That's a big thing too. Holy shit. Really?
It's a sunny day.
I guess that just brings out the
Good old Springfield.
yes. But yeah, you just fuck that just totally derailed me. I feel like we got it all. We're
Yeah.
gonna call it good.
Yeah. Communication,
T-shirts
communication
and
foundation.
Trust and respect.
Yes. See you next sometime, whenever.
See you next sometime, and also
Peace out, Girl Scout.
peace out, Girl Scout. That's the one.
Nailed it. I'll
You
get up.
first.
I'll get
You
up.
first. Oh God. Hold on. Make sure there's no baby legs anywhere. Okay, we're good.
Oh, you need a hand?
I'm gonna need help.
Hey. Here, check out my squirrel. Cass, check out the new microphone cover. There you go. No, that's the lens. No, up here. Is that good? Oh, headbutt. That was perfect.